I'm serving y'all mommy vibes because as you read from the title of this video, probably, I'm gonna be having a baby. And the last video that I uploaded on this channel was on May 21st, and I've been missing ever since, right? Well, I found out later that day that I was having a baby. And the way I found out, I had sore breasts, and I wasn't really thinking anything of it, but I just started looking it up, and it was like pregnancy, and I was like, okay, could I be pregnant? What? So I bought 3 cheap little pregnancy tests because I just didn't think I was gonna be pregnant. So I just, so I peed in a little cup, and I laid all 3 of them out, and I took the dropper and I dropped it in each of them. Each of the pregnancy tests read positive immediately, and they were dark lines. And I think like they can be faded. That's based off of your HGC levels. So I guess my HGC levels were very high, and they were just 2 bold lines. If I have the picture, I will show you guys. They were just the ones from the Dollar Tree, and yeah. So I took those pregnancy tests, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so scary. So I told my sisters, my brother, and my mom that day. The very first person that I told was Tyrika, and she's my 17-year-old sister. And then I told my 12-year-old sister. And whenever I told my sister, I was already crying, and then she started crying. And then my other sister, she was scared at first. Yeah, I told her, she was really happy. And then after that, I told my mom, and she didn't really believe me at first. And then she was like, don't you know how not to get pregnant? And then she was happy, and now she's happy. So, and my brother, he was like, you know how brothers are when they find out that their sister's pregnant? He wasn't mad, but he was just like, he wasn't like, I don't even know how to explain. He was just like saying how happy he was that he doesn't have kids. And then I told my dad, I've already pranked him that I was pregnant before over the phone, so he didn't really believe me at first. But then I told him, like, really, I'm actually pregnant. And then he was saying that he's getting old because he's gonna be a grandpa now. But yeah, how did I feel? I was just so scared, and I was just like, wow, okay, well, I'm gonna have to get on it and be a mom. Like, abortion, not an option. I was 4 weeks pregnant. I mean, I could have had an abortion, and I could still have an abortion because could I? 15 weeks? I don't know, but it doesn't matter though, because I'm not gonna have one, and I would never have an abortion ever, because I would probably be so depressed after. At first, I was just thinking, wow, I'm so weak because I just can't have an abortion. Like, I'm not ready for a kid, and if I have an abortion, I will be able to move on with my life. I knew of girls who have had abortions in high school, and now they're like in college and they're free. And I was like, wow, I wish I could do that. And now I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I wouldn't have an abortion personally, but I know what it's like to be in that place, to be scared and not know what to do. Because this is my first pregnancy ever, and I was just like what's going on? Like, so I do understand why girls have abortions, because you don't really know until you've been pregnant and in a bad situation where you're not ready to be a mom. Like, you don't know how they feel until that happens to you. So The first thing I did when I found out I was pregnant was promise the baby and God that I wouldn't do anything to hurt it. So I had to keep my promise, so I just didn't have an abortion, and I'm 15 weeks and excited, and I find out the gender really, really soon. Well, my mom finds out in 3 days, but I don't find out until the gender reveal, and I don't know when that's gonna be. It's gonna be like last minute, because I'm not gonna be able to wait a month, no. So we're gonna have to plan it real quick. I will record it, and my mom, she's gonna set it all up. I'm gonna give her ideas on like how I think she should reveal it, and she's just gonna pick the color based on the gender, and then, you know. So I will be recording that, and then I'll tell you guys. But yeah, and I bet you want to see my belly now, right? Let me see if I can get a good angle. Oh, you guys, I feel like a big old house. Wait. You can't really, I can't get a good angle. It was nice talking to you guys, and I will see you in the next video.